What are the impediments to the ACLU's work?
I think one of the primary impediments to our work is excessive government secrecy. Over and over again in claims to Congress and in claims to the courts and lawsuits that we have brought, the government has made claims of the need to keep secret information about how it carries out its intelligence activities. Now, no one questions that it is proper for the government to keep legitimate sources and methods secret. But the government has made expansive claims of secrecy and, for example, arguing that the use of lethal force in a targeted killing program could fall under sources and methods. That simply doesn't make sense. It has also used secrecy, the state secrets privilege, for example, to seeking to prevent courts from hearing cases on their merits. And it's done that in contexts that have meant that not a single victim of the US torture program has had its day in court because cases have been thrown out on secrecy grounds as well as other procedural doctrines. I think the other key impediment, which I think is beginning to get better, has been the extent to which Congress and the courts have given deference to the executive branch and the intelligence communities in particular. In the early post-9/11 era, that meant that oversight wasn't functioning well. More and more cases were being thrown out of deference to intelligence agencies in the executive branch. But now I think we see the tide turning. Our watch list, no-fly list case decision is an example. There are more and more cases in which the government is being subjected to scrutiny by the courts and the legislature because we realize how far afield the executive branch and especially the intelligence agencies have gone away from their legitimate mission and in ways that have abused tremendously the lives and rights of citizens and non-citizens alike.
Great. And what do we risk as a society by failing to maintain control of the intelligence agencies?
You know, again, we all recognize that the intelligence agencies have a very important function to play in investigating wrongdoing and building cases for prosecution. But they have to play that role consistent with our Constitution and our system of checks and balances. They have to play that role in a way that furthers our democratic values instead of undermining them. And what we cannot have is an intelligence community system run rife without accountability for wrongdoing, without transparency that allows the American public to assess effectiveness, legality, and wisdom of the activities of the intelligence community, and without oversight mechanisms that ensure our system of checks and balances works. And there still needs to be systemic reform. You look at the Snowden disclosures, for example. They revealed how far afield the NSA had gone, how much a secret foreign intelligence surveillance court had created a body of law that was a secret body of law. These things only became clear as a result of a whistleblower who came forward courageously to reveal this information. And that's just one example. I've given many others. We need reform in order to rein in the intelligence community so it fulfills its legitimate purpose in legitimate ways and consistent with our Constitution and values.